Okay, to make the little belt, cut a 1/2-inch strip of 12-inch wide paper, so this is 12 inches wide, and on this one end just cut a little angle piece for your piece that comes through like this. So the opposite end, I'm thinking here, okay, the opposite end is where you're going to attach your brad. So I fold that in, fold it in just a little bit. So this is going to be like this, and then we're going to poke a hole with our chomper. There's the small hole in the center, a little bit from the edge. You don't want it tearing, about like that. And then I'm going to attach this piece, open up the brad legs and attach that in. To the brads. And open up the prongs. There's that piece. Now this is your belt. This wraps around, and then you've got to make the little hole thing. So that's about, let me measure mine. An 1.25 inches from the end. So you're going to make another hole. I think this should be the bigger hole because we're using a grommet here. Yep, the bigger hole. Still have the paper in it from when I did it earlier. So I did it a few days ago and I haven't cleaned it out yet. There we go. So about 1.25 inches in, about there in the center. Drop your grommet in, and then we're going to fit the prong part into the hole, squeeze, and that attaches our grommet, and then we wrap the belt just like a regular belt, stick it in, and put the prong, the thingy in, and then under the loop. So there's your belt piece, and then I just laid it down and flattened it to get my size. And then this is what you glue down on the page, the back side. You glue that down, and then you cut a piece of paper to mat underneath. Mine's a little bit shorter, so if you want it a little shorter, you can probably do some folding and maneuvering. I probably cut mine smaller. And then after you have this, you want to ink the edges, and then you want to add your rhinestones strategically along each piece. You don't have to put it up underneath this little flap unless you just want to. But anyway, I decorated it up with the rhinestones, and that's how you make a little belly band performer's belt for your circus wagon. I did decide that I like this rose trim here, this little bit of rose lace here. So I had scraps of some, and I did throw in some scraps in some of the kits. Now, not all kits will have this. This is just the first few that I sell. So if you get a kit that doesn't have it, that means you ordered after I ran out. So I'm going to put some 1/4 inch score tape right here along the bottom edge of the blue star mat. Peel off the backing. Attempt to. Today it doesn't want to come loose. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to attach these down the center. Just like that. That just gives it a little bit of color here. I like that. Okay, I'm going to look it over and see what else I need to share with you and decide what I want to put on the page, and I'll be back. Okay, for this page, I decided here on this piece that flips up here. This piece of black where it's attached, I didn't like it, so I cut a 1/2 inch wide strip of paper that is 4 3/4 long, ink the edges, and I'm just going to glue that over there, just the same as you did your gusset pieces between the pages. So anywhere you have black that flaps of a pocket or whatever that you don't like showing just black, well, you can cut a little strip of paper and cover that up. So I'm just going to sort of center that right there. Like that, and that covers that up, kind of finishes that off in there. And then of course you can put a photo mat and on this side. Then we'll flip this over, and then I need to finish something here. So I want to see what's still left from our ephemera pack. Wild animals, that's perfect. This is an arrow, and I can glue that there, and with the arrow pointing so that you know to lift that flap up. So I'm going to ink up the arrow, the little wild animals. Add glue on the back side, kind of to the center of it, lengthwise, and just turn that over and attach it. How did I do the other one? Yeah, I didn't put it over that. Okay, I'm going to put it here and kind of into the flower, just like that. So we have wild animals in here, and that's attached down, and we still have a few of these little pieces left. I don't think I have much left. I like to use as much of it as I can. I do know that one thing I have not shown you is on the wagon that I added after I put these trim pieces on. Then I took the 12 by 12 paper, that's the circus posters, and I cut out some of the little posters. This is Life is a Circus. I glued that on the end, and on the back side I arranged these, Step Right Up to the World's Greatest Show, and Come One, Come All, the circus in town. So I glued those on the sides like a lot of little circus wagons would have their advertising. If you wanted to, you could put another one on the front. I decided not to, so I want to make sure that you know about that if that's something you want to do. And now I need to make a booklet for this pocket here. So I'm going to turn off the camera and get my thoughts together on what I want to do, and then I'll be back.